Opponent's a Luris deck. I think we can keep this on the play. Sharkblade. Well, Fish Lamp, I played it on Friday and I 5-0'd with it, so that one can just be for free. If you look in the Stream Decker, you can find it, my latest list, but I 5-0'd with this list on Friday. Making this username and then having to explain it has really shown how little straight people I interact with outside of Twitch. I just assumed it was common knowledge. Maybe it is for maybe more educated people than me. If you explained it earlier, or at least what Sapphic, where that word comes from, I missed it. But thanks, Fish Lamp. Sapphic comes from Sappho of Lesbos, an ancient Greek poet. I'm familiar with, that Lesbos being the origin of the word lesbian. All right, opponent, no second land. It's good for us, of course. So I guess this is like, honestly, the Luris as a companion is really throwing me off. I played against a green-black Shadow Scourge deck recently. It's all coming back to me now. I think I'm going to Helix the Shadow. Fair enough. Opponent says they accidentally clicked through their second turn. I even pause a little bit, thinking that was the case. Can they kill my Jace? If they can kill it, I'm sure. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't here. Doesn't seem like they can. We're tapped out. Anything if we could Force of Negation, whatever their pump spell is, it doesn't matter because they still trigger prowess. So I don't know why there's any kind of pause here. Alright, let's fire off a Brainstorm. Probably going to tap draw a little bit. So you've missed on lands, but we found removal spells for their threats. Of course. I guess we don't really need to do anything just yet. If we just fire off both removal spells, it's pretty bad if my opponent has another Monastery with Swift Spear, which they absolutely could because they only had one red source to work with last turn, so I might just still tap draw. Vexing Devil is cute. Makes me think that they have a Scourge, but I'll definitely take 4 while I'm at 21 life here. They're also just dead to a red source. Impatiently doesn't want this Vexing. They're trying to put Luris into their hand, but they need to let this trigger happen first. And yeah, so dead to a land. A red land, I guess I should say. There we go. Don't need to think too hard. Even beat main deck Surgical Extraction right now. Yeah, I remember back in the day, this Jund Shadow Prowess deck was kind of popular, and you would just often win by casting a Lightning Bolt and a Lightning Helix. Pretty nostalgic game there. I'm going to bring in the Platinum package. Maybe play 1 or 2 Gusts in addition to that. I want to cut this third Cryptic Command because it's throwing me off. It might still be correct. We could cut a Time Raveler for the second Gust. Sure. Yeah, cut it because it's ugly. It's really not a fan. Maybe we can hide it. Put it in the middle of the Shark Typhoons. Oh, in the lands, it's probably a better place to hide it. Alright, I'm gonna mulligan this hand. Keeping this one, have turn 2 Wildfire my Flagstones. Any ideas for what we should put back? Maybe Flagstones? Not a great draw to draw land. Why doesn't Karn play Golos? What Karn deck are you talking about? I guess just mean like Tron decks in general to be able to wish for Golos. Maybe the new 5 mana artifact is better. Oh, they lava spike themselves. It's funny. Always a play you love to see. Some Tron lists play Golos in the main deck. Man, drawing land into land there is really not ideal. Not ideal. Cryptic ain't too bad though. Yeah, Sanctuary is online. Not that we have great targets for it quite yet. I mean, we have the Cryptic. We could brainstorm with Jace this turn. Kind of don't hate that. 4 mana brainstorm. It's super good. You're gonna play this deck in paper. It's exciting. I think that this is probably the deck I'm going to finish building in paper first. I've kind of... I guess I was supposed to put a Cryptic on top. I've got a few decks mostly done, but none completely done yet. Wisely takes the Shark Typhoon. Am I gonna take 6 here? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I will. Okay, definitely gonna tap draw now. Got to find a Madcap Experiment, I guess. Or a Snapcaster to do this again. Can't Mystic Sanctuary the Cryptic Command this turn. And I think we need to shuffle because we know the top card is a land. The top card is Mystic Sanctuary. So we can't even tap draw and then... oh, sorry, I forgot that I'm playing two of them now. Still think I just want to tap draw. Not even necessarily dead next turn, although probably dead. Helix is really interesting. Now if they just pay any more life, they're dead to Helix, Sanctuary Helix. They didn't put Lurrus into their hand either, which is also very interesting. Us drawing another land is less interesting, I guess. But okay, so this is 13 and we're at 14. Guess I was maybe supposed to Helix this first. I was kind of maybe waiting for them to play something there, but sadly, getting back Helix is just not going to get the job done. So now drawing either a Madcap Experiment or a Platinum Emperion is an out here because we have 8 mana. Or maybe like path into Snap Path or another path. Or you know, now we can draw Teferi or Jace and just bounce the shadow. I'm gonna path now. It's possible that we have like a series of card draw that makes us want to use the mana now. It's possible we just draw a Platinum Emperion. Okay. Pass. I guess bounce draw is probably going to be better than tap. It does lose to Apostle's Blessing, though. And making them use that 1 mana isn't that relevant. Yeah, I guess just not losing to Apostle's Blessing is kind of worth doing. Staying alive. Staying alive. Okay, now we can snap Path if we want to. Vexing Devil. Probably can't take 4 here. Now they remember Luris. Ding, ding, ding. Finally found it. Finally found it. I really do think the Platinum package is good in Modern right now. Not sure like how many outs they even have to this. I don't know. I don't really imagine like bringing in a Braid, so they have to have like Kolagon's Command. I am going to kill their Luris also. Don't get to gain any life off of Lightning Helix. If we Helix the Luris, I guess that's a non-bow. Oh wait, no, I'll just tap their team with Cryptic and attack them. That also plays around the blessing that they could have. Yeah. I guess we do it now to play around them drawing Cling to Dust or Surgical Extraction off of the Bauble. Close game. Keeping in it by just our fingernails the whole time. If they had put Luris into their hand sooner, I think the game could have been different. Right, on the draw. Hard to mulligan Flagstones plus Wildfire. Although this hand doesn't really have much going for it besides that. I'm going to keep though. Opponent's mulligan to 5. They're on the play. They mulled to 5 and we have a 2-for-1 in our hand? I don't know how we're supposed to lose. I guess this is how we're supposed to lose. Oh, whew. Whew, it's just Amulet. It's not the copycat deck. Oh, this is a good start for them, and you know our hand is pretty land heavy, you might say. I mean, we could of course Wildfire their Steam Vents, but I think it's better to Wildfire our Flagstones here. 3rd Flagstones, jeez. The old, it's kind of classic Modern. You keep kind of a loose 5-land hand, and then you just draw 2 lands in a row. Just feels so silly. What type of decks do you bring in the Madcap package? Monastery Swiftspear decks, Dredge, Oops All Spells, Eldrazi Tron, Ponza. Did I say Ponza? Either way, it's Ponza. And I think you bring it in against humans and goblins, but it's not great. It's not very good against them. But it is nice to have 6 cards you can bring in when you have so many dead cards usually with Force of Negation and Remand. So like it's hard to play. Like the biggest problem with like a lot of these Aether Vial matchups is that you have 4 Remand and 4 Force of Negation, which are terrible. But now you just have like a kind of a package to swap those out for, which feels pretty good to me. So we can snap Wildfire the Valakut. I think I'm just gonna snap Wildfire my Flagstones though. It's great curve. Turn 2 Wildfire your Flagstones. Snap Wildfire your Flagstones. Obviously, and we've drawn now 2 good spells in Snapcaster and Teferi, so we've kind of drawn out of the awkwardness a bit. Yeah, so now if we get to go Teferi into hold up Remand, it's gonna be pretty tough to lose. The old Jeskai deck having 5 lands in play on turn 3. Classic. I thought for a second I'd minus Teferi on itself on accident, and I was about to quit my Magic career. Yeah, remember when I was complaining about this hand for a second? It's honestly just bad habit, I guess. You say something?
No, I just coughed.
Oh, okay. Bless you. Alright, so hopefully we can dodge Pact of Negation. Thank goodness. Let's get back the Remand, I think. I know we already have one in our hand, but I don't mind having two. Yeah, opponent had a mold of 5 here. Seems like it's not... Just didn't shape up very well for them. I mean, turn 5 Titan does beat some decks. 9 points of burn. With the Mystic Sanctuary, it's not quite lethal. It's close. I cast Time Walk again. That'll do it. That'll do. That'll do. So go Helix, Helix, and then Helix again on their turn. And then we Mystic Sanctuary, a Helix, attack for 2. Cast it 2 more times. It's 4 Lightning Helixes. Oh my god. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it.
What?
4 lightning helixes.
Oh, thank you, Esther. Thank you. Give me one more with Gusto.
4 lightning helixes.
It's pretty good. I feel like you can do better. I'm just saying. Here, you gotta match this. Did you leave? Oh no.
Come on, top of the deck.
Match this.
Top of the deck. Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god! Oh my god! Crit Jones is through the fire!
You have to match this intensity.
Oh my god!
Jeez, how old was that?
2006.
Damn. Was that card good back then?
Crowd here has gone ballistic.
Yeah, I'm still playing it today.
Okay.
It wasn't, you know,
14 years ago. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
well, it was good in this spot because Craig Jones is at 3 life and Oliver needs to draw something to kill him, otherwise he's gonna lose, and he draws Lightning Helix. Yeah, so when your opponent's at 3 life, something that deals 3 damage is pretty good.
Oh.
And trim a Force and bring in the Nexus. Sorry, I don't, yeah,
Okay.
that was for the win. Sorry, I thought for whatever reason I thought I was at 60 cards right now. I could probably blame Esther on that somehow. Esther, can I blame you?
Huh?
Can I blame you for something?
No, you can blame Athena.
Okay, that was Athena's fault that I thought I had 60 cards in my deck there.
I like the frog.
I guess we keep this. I mean, this hand is good, but it's not perfect. I'm going to put back one of the Gust, which of course is good in this matchup, but Gust is mostly good once you already have something going, and I feel like we need to keep the other cards to kind of get some momentum built up. You can only blame your dog if you give retreats later. It's the law. I'll keep that in mind. I've never heard this law. Opponent has 3 spells in their hand. Interesting. I'm gonna hold up Remand this turn and Gust the Dryad end of turn if they just do nothing. Alright, they drew a Field of the Dead for turn. Attack for 3. Resolves. Maybe they could possibly be holding a bounce land, right? No, if they had a bounce land, they could, and a Titan, they could cast it. I'm not sure if this is resolved yet. I think it has. Maybe not. If they had Veil of Summer, they would cast Veil of Summer here, right? I would cast Veil of Summer here, probably. They put the Dryad on the bottom. Alright, I'm going to make a weird play, but my opponent's stumbling over there. I really want to hit lands and get up to Cryptic Command mana. So here, if they cast a Titan this turn, and I just Remand with 2 mana, then all of a sudden I have no way to answer the Titan the following turn, and so holding up Remand doesn't do a ton this turn, so I need them to miss on lands for 1 more turn, and then I can go Remand and to find another land into Cryptic. Certainly feels a little unintuitive, and we've lost, but if we hold up Remand, we're going to need to draw like land into answer for Titan instead of just hitting a land off the Typhoon hoping they miss, then hit a land off of Remand and be kind of fine. Veil4, thank you for your tier 1 subscription. I appreciate ya. Love to see those new subscribers. And now we are off to game 3. Unfortunate not to draw a land, but sometimes that happens. I think we got kind of lucky game 1. I like this hand a lot. Not sure if I'm going to Wildfire on turn 2 or not. We'll see. I think there maybe is some argument for playing Flooded Strand on turn 1, because if we draw Flagstones, I'll have wanted to have gotten a red source into play for Wildfire, but the Prairie Stream seems to be unlikely to enter untapped at any point this game, so it seems like probably a better time to just play the Prairie Stream tapped. Now, usually you want to try to hit bounce lands with these. You can't always do it. Sometimes you get to draw step Cleansing Wildfire with Teferi. Although that's one I'll definitely Wildfire. You think you should have at least taken the next draw step? Nah, I was super dead there. I didn't have a land to play, so if my draw step for turn is like, if I draw an answer to Titan, it's like I get to path the Titan and then still be very, very dead. There's a beautiful rule in Magic, 104.3a. A player may concede the game at any time. A player who concedes the game leaves the game immediately, and that player loses the game. Okay, we'll bounce the Scout, I think, this turn. If they have a Dryad, they can probably replay it. Tap land. Replay Scout. Okay, we are in great shape, and a lot of these lists only play like 1 Cavern main and oftentimes a second in the side, but they might only have 1 in the 75. I had Path in Hand, didn't I? If I had Path in Hand, I don't remember having it, but that's I think that's fair. But I was also pretty into conceding there. You're almost starting to say 104.38 to other things in life thanks to you, but you're not there yet. I've been saying it a lot. Esther loves it. She thinks it's really funny. I drew Path off the cycle. Okay. I believe you. I believe you. That makes me hear what you're saying, you know. Can pick up what you're putting down a little bit. We could just let this resolve. But I think that the fact that they're targeting it means they have Veil of Summer or, you know, guttural response. Like they care about this, obviously, so I think we should care too. I think I'll just get a 2-for-1 here. I know that I do want a Shark to pressure my opponent, but I don't really want to, you know, tap out of a 2-mana counterspell here, and I think this is fine. All right, Time Walk. So they're pretty far from turning on Field of the Dead, but we can get back Cleansing Wildfire with Mystic Sanctuary here, and you know, stop some of these shenanigans. Hamilton should really utilize a 104.3 against Spur. Honestly, should have. Although I guess maybe did by shooting a shot into the air. You'd have gusted. Veil got me shook. We have Teferi Time Raveler in play. But it does sound like Vale has you shook, my friend. I'm not 100% sure that we're not supposed to be getting Gust back, but I think this is fine. I do want to have some more protection up for next turn, so I think we can cycle this Nexus, draw a card off Teferi. Well, I guess we should plus first. No, I was supposed to minus this turn so I could plus and Cleansing Wildfire in their draw step to deny them of a mana. So now that I've drawn Remand, I guess I have that interaction I was looking for. I can just draw step Wildfire. Which doesn't deny them of very much, but like if they draw Veil of Summer, they can't main phase Veil of Summer and then cast Titan. Oh no, I was supposed to upkeep this because they have a Titan on top and shuffle it away. That was bad. It was really bad. Okay, now we can Mystic Sanctuary back Cryptic Command. Could also hardcast Typhoon. Might be miscounting. Gonna draw a card here. Yeah, 1 mana short. It's fine. Just make a 3/3 Shark end of turn. Resolves. So nice to play a control deck that just feels good against big mana. It's not always that is the case, and I think it's often not the case. Alright. I don't think that my opponent's going to be able to beat the second Gust here. I'm just going to draw a card. We don't have another Mystic Sanctuary to use, but I would use one here if I did. Let's just main phase Wildfire. Alright, is that a kill next turn? Not quite. Oh yeah, it is. It is a kill next turn, sorry. What's my current verdict on Jeskai Wildfire overall? I think this is a good deck that has position in certain metagames, like basically every other control deck ever. Just like every other blue deck in Modern, you need to kind of understand the matchups of it, its strengths and weaknesses, and try to evaluate it against the rest of the metagame and be flexible. Always be looking to adapt and innovate and tweak and tune. I'm gonna assume we're... Oh, I could have cast Titan 3 times. This little Teferi wasn't there. Good thing he was, lol. I don't know what that means. Does he have Pact of Negation? Probably. I'm gonna keep this. Interesting. I'll play around Lean and Arbiter. I'm not above playing around Lean and Arbiter. Hallowed Fountain, Giver of Runes. Consider me intrigued, opponent. Consider me intrigued. I don't think it's Lisper Shadow Simon, sadly. Yeah, why you have to be mad? It's just game. Oh, what a beautiful curve. Hopefully I don't have to force anything. Yeah, it could be white-blue taxes using Conundrum, which is actually something I've seen. Oh, why couldn't you have played that last turn, opponent? I could have Cleansing Wildfired you. I guess you want to play Stoneforge before Arbiter, huh? Fair enough. Alright, so we can play Sacred Foundry this turn. No, what am I doing? I needed to hold up 2 mana to pay for Arbiter. Sorry, guys. Need to play Mountain, obviously. If they're attacking, that means they're using Field of Ruin. Oh no. I'm going to force this. So what is the blue for? I don't think we found out yet. We bounced the Arbiter. For Shadow of Doubt, maybe. You never know with these Taxes players. They're a different breed. Alright, so if I play Jace and plus, Jace lives. Glasspool Mimic? Dude, I love Glasspool Mimic. It's probably it. Put that on the bottom. I guess I was just supposed to play Prairie Stream there too. Oh, Geist. Yeah, Geist is kind of interesting too. So many 3-drops to play in these blue decks. Not a lot of 2-drops though. Like, and their 3-drop slot is already pretty clogged. Do they board out Path? They probably do, and then we get to bring in Platinum Emperion. It's kind of cute. They're attacking with Giver of Runes. Pretty happy with that. Second Arbiter, huh? Well, we can Wildfire their only planes. Let me start off with a... No, I think I'll start. I think we're just gonna do this basically, regardless. So this means that the Jace Brainstorm just digs a little deeper. And then we maybe Teferi bounce one of the Arbiters, and they can't replay it. Guess that's good. Gonna lose our walkers here, I'm sure. Why is Giver of Runes attacking? Opponent needs to stop with that, I think. Let's get back Lightning Bolts. And I'm not sure. We're gonna bolt something. I'm not sure what. Arbiter is maybe hurting them more than it's hurting us at the moment. I'm gonna bolt the Giver. Alright. Can they miss on lands one more turn? They basically did. Although it's kind of funny, we can't Wildfire them anymore because they can pay 2. Is it time to hardcast Shark Typhoon again? It's been a while. I think it is not time, sadly. Upkeep, path their Lean and Arbor. I don't think we need to do it on upkeep. Like, if they just tap any of their mana, then we get to path their Stoneforge Mystic. If you path Lean and Arbiter, they get to, they do get to, get a land. Devin Conley, 4 months in a row. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good day today. Appreciate ya. Yeah, it's been a while since we've hardcast Shark Typhoon, because we've been playing a lot of Miracles lately, I guess. But I'm keeping the hardcast Shark Typhoon pure by only doing it when I think it's correct to do so. I guess we're gonna bounce Arbiter. Yeah, I mean, if they're just on, put sort of Fire Ice into play and then equip it, and we get to Snap Bolt the Stoneforge and hold up Cryptic, we just win. How does opponents still have 6 in hand? Mostly because they haven't been doing anything, because we killed their planes. Keep bouncing stuff back to their hand. I would say that's the main reason. Good 104.3A opponent. So we talked about this a little bit, where the Platinum package is not great against Aether Vial decks, but you know what else is also not great are like Force of Negation and Remand. And just having access to the Platinum package gives you, you know, a fine plan. You know, this is, you know, still a 4-mana 8/8 that they have to deal with. And they also might not see it coming. You can instant speed it with Teferi, and it just gives you, I think, game that you otherwise wouldn't have. I might play a second Remand over the third Teferi, though. On the draw, kind of like that. Yeah, certainly like not mostly for this matchup, but I think if you play the Platinum package, you do have to bring it in. You have to bring it in, you know, not 100% perfect matchups. I like this hand a lot. I'm going to keep. Platinum seems not great because of Flicker Wisp. I mean, I've said this many times, and I'm happy to say it again. But I do not think that Platinum Emperion has to be 4 mana win the game for it to be good. Like, just because they could deal with it temporarily with Flicker Wisp doesn't mean it's not good. And I think it certainly seems better to me than Force of Negation Remand. Just like the Ponza deck has Pillage for Platinum Emperion, but if they don't have Pillage, they just can never beat it. I don't think you're supposed to live in fear. I think I'm getting... So basic planes means we can path and Teferi next turn, but it means the Mystic Sanctuary enters tapped. I think that's fine. And we can also cast this on turn 3 like we're about to do. Yeah, I'm always down to have a conversation. I am worried sometimes that I come off like a bit of a dismissive asshole from time to time, but I do try to just have conversations about stuff and explain my thought process. I'm going to cast it. So anyways, I started casting. Yeah, turn 3 Madcap, pretty good. Probably getting Maul of the Skyclaves with this. I mean, so here's a question for you. So they get Sword of Fire and Ice. Does our opponent deal damage to us actually if we have Platinum Emperion? Does it still count as dealing damage? I'm not sure. Notably, if they give Procolus to get through the Platinum Emperion, that just doesn't work, so I'm not really scared of that. It still deals damage. That's what I thought. Yeah, Procolus makes the equipment fall off, so that's not really much of a thing. That's a problem though that they left in path. Still a 2-for-1, or 3-for-1. But not ideal, I would say. Not ideal. Okay, I'll do it again. Let me path this Giver, I think. And then Mystic Sanctuary back to path. After casting Platinum, or Madcap Experiment, of course. When I've played against Taxes, has it felt powerful enough to be top tier? Top tier is a word I don't really like, but it's a good deck. I think it's a playable deck. Tiers in Magic are so weird. Everybody has different definitions, and it gets really semantic-y. So I'm just kind of off using the word tier, I guess. You saw my blue-black zombies, lucky or real deck. It was a dono deck. I think that we got lucky. I think we had really lucky matchups. But it's cool that we 5-0'd with it. But it was a dono deck. But it felt cool. It felt pretty good in the grindy matchups. I'm excited to get a lot of questions about it. Oh, I didn't see it. Thank you for yelling at me, Sub Optimalone. Would you like the wig or would you like the big hat? Those are the only two I have with me at the moment. Yeah, definitely yell at me if I ever miss a channel point. Big hat, you got it. I'm going to attack with the Emperion. Got path, snap, path up. Yeah. I think that Death and Taxes has been winning tournaments. It's a deck that really punishes you for making any mistake, though. I think you really have to play really, really tight with Taxes. And one of the I've been kind of critical of Taxes in the past because you both have to draw really well when you play Taxes, and your draw has to line up well against your opponent. So there can be some tension there, I think. But if you're really good with the deck, you'll find success with it, I think. There's currently only one hat per stream, but if you just spend 50,000 points, I'll do it. Dump them into an offshore account. Those go to me anyways. Gonna restart the client real quick. Yeah, I really think the Taxes deck need like Recruiter of the Guard. That would be so good for Taxes. And I think Recruiter of the Guard would be a fine inclusion to Modern. I think they would not be too good. I'd be pretty interested. It'd be cool in Soul Herder, actually. Man, I would love to play with Recruiter of the Guard. I don't believe you, Nick, but if that's the case, I call BS on you having 1.7 million, but I'd be happy to marry you if you're right. I'm gonna wait to attacks until we snap past the Stoneforge here. Wouldn't it make Copycat a little too good? I don't know. I mean, that deck's like still like relatively, you know, like a relative newcomer in Modern, right? It's not, it hasn't been a big player for a while, so I think that jury's still out, you know? No Flicker Boost is nice, and also killing the Stoneforge Mystic is amazing here. We can even draw step Wildfire. And hardcast Shark Typhoon too if we draw a land. Yeah, I think the Copycat deck is really good. We played against it 2 or 3 times today, and it looked great every time, but we were also playing Jund, which can never beat a Divination. And that deck is Divination Tribal. Now, the hat's always been 50k. You gotta, you know, for the big rewards, the really good ones, you gotta be willing to spend big bucks. And channel points are, you know, a bit of a meme anyways, you know. Alright, they're playing their last spell. It is Gideon, Ally of Zendikar. Wow. Goodness. That is quite the last card, opponent. Alright, so I think I'm going to Wildfire my own Flagstones. I have more planes, right? Yeah, I got plenty of planes. I guess we're just hard casting a Typhoon, right? We're 2-0. We're 2-0. And up a game. They're gonna let Gideon die. I mean, they're gonna get to equip onto the Night Ally. And we don't have a ton of answers to this. I mean, we're not taking any damage, but they're gonna get to start drawing a lot of cards. Maybe we just make a 4/4 Shark. 4/4 Shark is... puts them in bolt range. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, right. Can't fetch with this out, of course. Forgot. We were about to find out. 3/3 Shark it is. And it's nice that that dodges the Sophie. Although, oh, they can actually double equip onto the Knight, huh? We've already used one of our 2 paths. Okay, so here's a question. Do you gain life off Batterskull? I think you do. We're about to find out. Yeah, I think that you do. It would make sense. It's very down. So Cryptic Commands, Path to Exile are our best draws here. Teferi Time Raveler is okay, I suppose. There we go, Cryptic. And we cannot Mystic Sanctuary because of Typhoon. So 4/4 Shark. Oh, sorry, 2/2 Shark and a Typhoon. I think I'm just gonna attack with the. I think I'll take this trade if they want to make it. I don't really think they can afford to take this trade. They have Path. Seems like they have Path. I can return Sword. Oh, that's way better. Oh, it said they were paying costs. Oh, them paying costs probably means they clicked the Batterskull on accident. All right, let's do this. I think this is good. No, I don't think their last card is Path. Cool. Or yeah. Their last card. I got punished for playing our land first, but that worked out well for us. Oh, they have a 3-drop? The 3-drop is Soul Herder. Wow. I was not expecting there to be a Soul Herder over there. Weird. So I'm going to cycle, probably make a 1/1 Shark here. In response to the Sword of Fire and Ice equip. Just like if we, maybe just make a 0/0 Shark actually. Because the Shark is just going to die to the Sword anyways. And that will give us the out to draw Lightning Helix. Yeah, I think we're supposed to, like, it's just, it's hard for us to deal with this creature once the Sword is on. So just the fact that we have a lot of outs with this draw step to deal with the Soul Herder, I like making a 0/0 Shark. Well, I don't like it. It's really sad to use a Shark Typhoon this way. But thankfully, there's still one in our hand now. What do I think of the Bant Ephemerate decks right now? Probably fine. I haven't played them in a while. Alright, I guess we're just racing. Do I ever just hardcast Shark Typhoon? I don't know. Yeah, all the time. All the time. This is a hardcast Typhoon stream. But not right now. It's not the time. We have to gain 7 up to 21. We're staying at 13, which is nice. How big is this shark? It's going to be 5/7/7. Yeah, well, you have no spells in your hand. Hardcast Typhoon is a lot worse. They've only got 1 card left. Hopefully it's not a creature they can violin. I'm hoping to draw a Cryptic Command, Path to Exile. Lots of good draws here. Teferi can tuck the sword. Probably will. Does that mean I leave the Platinum Emperion back? We also tuck the Batterskull and attack for lethal. No, we don't have lethal. We're like a couple damage short. Can't Mystic Sanctuary. I guess if we took the Batterskull, they don't have attacks without a flyer, so do that. Although they can bounce the Batterskull. So I'll bounce the sword. And then maybe I'll leave back an Emperion and a Shark to play around, you know, a removal spell and attack with just a 3/3. Pump the brakes a bit. Why doesn't Sanctuary... You cannot activate fetch lands with Platinum Emperion in play. So if we draw Mystic Sanctuary, it works, but I cannot fetch for it. Attack with 7/7. I think we were presenting lethal next turn anyways, right? They go to 18 and we have exactly 18. But like the long game favors us here, but if they just have a Flicker Wisp or a Path, it's really, really bad if we attack with one of these creatures because we lose our Tef. But we can still attack for lethal next turn if they have nothing. So this is a better play around them having nothing, and I think it's also a better play around them having something. Although I guess Flicker Wisp still kills the Tef. They have Flicker Wisp, and they even get to Soul Herder Flicker Wisp now. Damn it. But I mean, it was better against them drawing Flicker Wisp for turn. But attacking with it would have been the same. They would have just violed it and exiled it before damage, I think. All right, so they're drawing the sword in 2 turns. It's a Teferi down. It's been a really good game. I'm really surprised to see the Soul Herder. It's a little weird to see it in a list like this. But Soul Herder is also a card I like a lot. They got rid of the second shark. Okay. I think we need to save this to deal with the Sword of Fire and Ice. Would equipping Battle Skull to Wisp? I think equipping Battle Skull to Wisp would be fine for them.
Baby.
Target me?
Yes, I have a very important question.
Yeah.
Should I buy AirPod Pros?
Why would you buy AirPod Pros?
Because I want them.
Sure. Do I buy them? I don't care.
Chat, what should I do? Should I buy AirPod
They're
Pros?
all going to tell you no, but I think you should buy them.
I don't like actual Apple headphones because they hurt my ears.
They're all going to tell you no. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah? Oh, no. Oh. Why are they saying no?
Yeah, because chat, like me, don't really care too much for Apple products, I think. But hey, chat, are they drawing the sword? Did they draw the Sword of Fire and Ice this turn? It's next turn, right? It's next turn. Say next turn if it's this turn or this turn. Don't say yes or no because Esther's yes or no question. We'll get back to you. I just need to know. Yeah, but there are like better alternatives probably for the same price point, and you could do research for it. But
Well, they're $200.
It's next turn. That's what I thought. Yeah, let's. So here's my line. We're gonna counter the Battle Skull and draw a card, and then they're going to, I think, Flicker Wisp my Platinum Emperion out of existence, which will let me Mystic Sanctuary back Cryptic Command. Although, yeah, I think we're gonna try to play to that. Yeah, I think that they're gonna do that here. So I can't attack with my Platinum Emperion. But that lets us Mystic Sanctuary back Cryptic to deal with their sword.
I want earbuds. Specifically wireless ones.
I would, do some research, see if you can find a better product at a similar price point, and I think that you probably can.
Okay.
But if you want AirPods, just get AirPods.
Well, I mean, I would get this kind, but they hurt my ears so badly, and I'm not gonna get like little.
Yeah, you can probably find something at a similar price point, but I think you should get some. I think they'd be good for your studying.
Okay, what do people think about Raycons?
Don't say anything. I'm holding out for a Raycon partnership. I watched a pretty in-depth review about Raycons. They seem like...
Yeah, your sister has them.
Rishi likes them, but apparently they're set to where like the base is really high.
I like.
Wait, they're gonna shuffle? They're shuffling away their sword? I guess they know I have Cryptic Command. That makes some sense, I guess.
I've been treating myself so much this week.
You really have.
I just bought more clothes at Aerie.
We also have, I don't know. Spike, your fiance works with Raycon. Do I really want a sponsorship? Yeah, I would do a sponsorship for Raycon. Esther, you should buy Raycon. You should buy Raycon. Yeah, then that's how. Yeah, hold out. We'll see if Skirtus can secure us a partnership, and then you can get some Raycons.
Okay.
Awesome, Skirtus. I'll do it. I've been looking for sponsorships lately. Yeah, no worries, dude. No worries if it doesn't come out. But I'd like some Raycons. Because that way, if I had Raycons, if I had Raycons, this is gonna sound so sad. I could charge my phone and listen to music, and so my phone doesn't die every stream.
I have wireless headphones.
What?
They're like, but they're not. What? But they're attached with one wire.
I've been living in poverty, and you've had
Yes, you have.
wireless headphones this whole time.
Yeah, but they're just $20 ones from Amazon, and they're like really good for the gym, but not good for work.
Mm-hmm. Hey, no worries, Curtis. I appreciate you reaching out for me. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I get it. I've said no to raid. Well, actually, I have to respond to a DM. But I said no to them before. But their offer was like pretty reasonable.
Who?
Raid Shadow Legends.
Is it Raid or Wraith?
Wraith.
Okay. They're saying raid.
They're wrong.
They're wrong. Ah, I see.
Alright, they're going to chump block with Skyclave. Alright, I'm just going to try to win. How bad can this be, right? Surely they don't have Path. Oh my gosh, they had Path! Are you kidding me? Oh, this is absurd. It's absurd. What the hell? Guess I was supposed to remand my own thing there. Feels bad. Feels fucking bad. Not dead yet. This does nothing but loses the game. Oh my gosh. How is Bolt their card? Or sorry, how is Path their card? I just don't know. Yeah, both Emperions are exiled now. Alright, so we get to go out in style here. I guess this just shows them the deck. My opponent's paused here. Okay, go into game 3. Going out in style. I'm bringing another Tef, I think, on the play. Well, yeah, we could have definitely won that game. I just thought there was no way they were holding onto a Path. Why would they Violent Skyclave to chump instead of pathing? I guess for that exact reason, huh? Ace of Spades, great question. Do you think the Madcap Experiment package is worth all the sideboard slots I lose? So, a lot of the sideboard slots that got cut were Supreme Verdict and 2 Supreme Verdict and 3 Relic. And I think Platinum Emperion handles the matchups that those cards were covering while only costing 1 more slot, while also giving you, a lot of game against Oopsol spells, Eldrazi Tron, Oopsol spells, Eldrazi Tron, Ponza, and there's another big one. Of course, the Monastery Swiftspear decks, which is the biggest one. And so it's like this, it's only 1 more sideboard slot, and it's also nice that for matchups like this, where you have all these dead Force of Negations and Remands, you have this Platinum package to bring in, even though it's not very good. It's not like good in this matchup. It's just I found myself struggling to find room to cut all the Forces and Remands against the Aether Vial decks. And so this just kind of gives you cards to bring in for those cards, which is so nice. So nice. So, yeah, I do feel like the Madcap Experiment package, the Platinum package, looks like it takes up a lot of slots, but really I really feel like it's more versatile than the sideboard cards it would be replacing instead. Am I scared of Madcap delivering lethal to you against aggro? I guess I don't understand the question. Delivering lethal to you. What does that mean? So if you cast Madcap Experiment, Platinum Emperion, you take no damage when you cast it. The way it works, the Platinum Emperion is already in play when the spell resolves, so there's no worry about this dealing any damage to you as long as you have a Platinum Emperion in your deck when you cast it. If that's what you're asking. Do I not think you need something lower cost like relics for Oopal spells? Well, you have you can go Remand into Madcap, or you can go Wildfire your own land into Madcap. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that you can often do that, Just gonna let this go. See if we find if we can go land, I'm gonna be really happy I cycled here. Cool. What about 4 sideboard Dream Trawlers instead? Sounds great. I'm gonna do that right now. Put in all colorless lands. Maul of the Skyclaves. They can put it on the token? They're going to put it on the Blade Splicer. Makes sense, I guess. Alright, I'm going to path the Blade Splicer and then probably Jace bounce the token. Giving him another white source is something I'm not happy to do here, but we're still going to be in good shape. Yeah, Madcap Experiment plus Bobble. Splinter Twin right there. I thought we were done discovering Splinter Twins, but I guess we just found another one. Yeah, I'll just bounce. Is Containment Priest even on my radar when I cast Madcap? No, I've seen very few Containment Priest cast in Modern. It's fine. I'll just lose if someone Containment Priest me. I'm not worried about it. So we can bounce the token and then Teferi minus on Gideon. Shit. Well, this is tough. So we draw a land. We can minus on the token. Teferi tuck the needle and then hold up path for Gideon. And then Mystic Sanctuary like back Lightning Bolt, so if they don't walk into that, we can just bolt it next turn. So tuck the needle, bounce the token, attack Gideon. I guess we could have just bolted the Gideon now, but I think that they're gonna walk into the path. And then this, of course, it's really nice that it unlocks the Jace. How good would Madcap Experiment be if it could target a player? It'd just be a 4-mana win the game all the time. It's been streaming too long. Yes, any combination of 2 cards is Splinter Twin. They don't even have to work well together anymore. The definition of Splinter Twin gets looser every single day. Dubious Challenge win. I've seen Saffron Olive play Dubious Challenge a bunch. And they're drawing the needle in 2 turns. No! Jace. Jace. I guess we're drawing Bolt, and that's going to give us a 4/4 token. It's kind of nice. And let me just go ahead and Mystic Sanctuary back path while we can still fetch. Oh, this doesn't do anything. I guess I'll just put a path in my deck, but we're about to, flip over this. I'm also gonna bolt this now to play around Flicker Wisp. So they're not drawing the needle this turn, right? It's the next turn, so we get 1 more Teferi plus. I guess we get no more Teferi pluses if they equip. No, but they are shuffling the needle. Man, this attack was so bad. This attack was so bad. What did they get? They got Batter Skull. They might time out. I'll concede if I'm 0% like always, but... Did they decline with the path? Ooh. I don't remember. It doesn't say in the log. I mean, we're going to get to hit them for a bunch here. I mean, they have Batter Skull and 2 unknowns. Okay, I don't care anything about that. Soul Herder? Do care about that. It's pretty good here. This attack was bad because of just any 2-drop means Maul of the Skyclaves gives their 2-drop flying and kills my Teferi. When attacking for 1 just doesn't have that much value. Good top deck. Attacking for 13, putting them down to 5. I don't think Batter Skull saves them here. If anything, I just don't know that my opponent can, convince me that I'm 0% to win before their timer runs out. I've conceded with like literally 0 seconds on my opponent's clock before. Against a devoted druid. 2 path in hand. Oh man. We know 2 of their cards are Batterskull and Sword. They pack it up and we advance to 3-0. That game 2 was very winnable, but we just like I got impatient and I thought for sure that there's no way their last card was path. I buy regular versions of cards. I'm not a very wealthy individual. I'm not a big fan of foils either. I don't really have very many foils. What do channel points actually do? Nothing really. Opponent says spins the Rift Bolts. And by nothing, I mean they're very valuable. Please give them to me. Show them the bolts I bought. Are those fancy? They're not that fancy. They're like probably not even in the top 5 fanciest bolts you could buy. I think I don't even own any basic islands. Channel points have no monetary value. If that's a real question. Which bolts? I guess I'll grab them. I'll grab them real quick. Yeah, I think it is in here too. I'm not sure where my binder is. Hold on. I have just black border revised bolts. 4 in black border. Found it. Skewer. If they have Incinerator here, just bounce it with Jace probably. Okay, just a lava spike. Yeah, they're definitely fancy. Got a pretty good deal on them, I think. It's like maybe the only fancy cards I have. Always plus Jace. It's never correct to brainstorm with Jace. I'm not playing an Eternal Weekend. I'm the best man in a wedding, and I'm bachelor parties this weekend. There it is. Gonna Boros Charm me. I think we just let that go. Maybe we force it. Yeah, I'll force. We'll let probably any other burn spell go here. Black border 4. Yeah, they're 4 in, so they're not beta bolts. I think they look pretty good. They're pretty minty too. I just think they're neat. Guess I'll put back Mystic Sanctuary, Prairie Stream, and then we can Mystic Sanctuary back Force of Negation if we want to, or just like snap Force of Negation here. They I actually don't know what language they are. I think they're Japanese. Yeah, they are Japanese. I remember the eBay listing now. This is fine. I might just bounce that with Jace depending on what we draw into, but I am interested in grabbing a Force of Negation here. Yeah, it is. Sanal, thanks for asking. Yeah, they're definitely Japanese. I remember the eBay listing. I think I got them for like a little less than $20 each. If Platinum Emperion is out and opponent has a lifelink creature and hits you, they gain life. They do, and that actually came up last game. Tyler, 1 year in a row. Thank you for being you too. Appreciate you, dude. We played Jund today. I don't know if you saw any of that. I mean, I'm going to cast Lightning Helix. This matchup is really good and even got better because of the Platinum Emperion sideboard plan here. Oh, I guess I would have cast Tef first, huh? I've already played my land, so I'll just put these guys on top and still be very ahead. These are your bolts. I'm currently bleeding mono red prowess. What are is this intentionally like sun bleached? Or is this like a misprint? I've seen some people who sun bleach their cards, and I've never really understood it, but it is kind of a cool thing that everybody has just such different, you know, tastes in Magic, I guess. You're currently sun bleaching the whole prowess. That's cool. It's never really been for me, but I respect it. Yeah, I think these bolts are like the only like. It's like all the swag I have. I guess I have a Onslaught Flooded Strands, but most people don't like those anyways. But I like them. Well, if anybody's interested in altars, my friend Madison is the Bog artist, and she is very, very talented, and there's a link to her Instagram below. She hasn't been very active on the Instagram, but she is still taking commissions. I guess that's not true. Also, I do have more swag. I won our friend group's cube draft on Sunday last week. This was my first prize trophy. Keep showing it off. Madison drew this herself. I haven't bought Typhoon still. I need to. I don't like Remand very much. I also feel like I'm going to cut the paths when I have all these gusts and heat bolts and helixes. I'm going to cut 2 Teferis. I think 2 Teferis can go on the draw. Can cut both Jaces too. Maybe Jace is better than Shark Typhoon. Kind of can buy that. You think Hero is worse than... I actually really like Teferi in this matchup. It's got a ton of loyalty, and it pluses and lets you hold up Aether Gust a lot of the time. I think Teferi is really good. Kind of a loose keep, but I think that Madcap Experiment, even though we have 1 Platinum Emperion in our hand, so we're kind of asking for trouble. I think this hand, like, just being in on this is good enough to keep. Especially if we draw a blue card. Oh, wow. Never mind. That's the card I wanted to draw. To turn 3 Madcap. Can this deck bring back Sean McLaren? I hope so. One can only hope. Yeah, I don't think they can't deal us 10 next turn. I mean, it's possible that we draw a Pain land and we die to burn. That's a blue card for Force. Yeah, I think as long as we just don't draw the other Platinum Emperion, we have 2 draws here. If I could choose to not draw a card off of this Cleansing Wildfire, I would choose to not, just to reduce the chances of me not drawing the second one. And if we draw the second one, it'll be funny. We'll have a laugh. All right, Lava Spike resolves. All right, surely they didn't bring in Path. Oh, I was supposed to play Scalding Tarn and fetch. Or maybe I wasn't because I just died to 2 lightning bolts. Alright, if they don't have exactly Path to Exile, or I guess like, you know, another destroyed artifact spell, we lose. But once we have Force of Negation up, I don't really feel like it's going to be possible to lose. I attack for 8. Opponent unwisely goes down to 8 life themselves. I'm not sure. Maybe they're just trying to assemble a bunch of burn. Maybe they did bring in an answer to this. I think they're just conceding, yeah. 4-0. 4-0. How does Emperion interact with fetches? You cannot fetch while Emperion is in play. On the play. I'm going to keep this. Going to play Basic Mountain on turn 1. That gives us out to draw Wildfire on turn 2. And of course Bolt on turn 1. Yeah, you can't fetch because you can't pay life. Yeah. Uh-oh. Mono Green Triome. We have 4 main deck Cleansing Wildfire. I think we certainly have game in this matchup. Yeah, no worries, Curtis. I do appreciate you looking into it. Not a big deal. I really don't think it mattered that I told him about the rules interaction because I think he was going to be able to call a judge. I just wanted to make sure he knew how it worked so that we could win with Boros Charm if he wanted to not crack the fetch. I think I'm going to bounce this Chromatic Star. It's like a little weird. We still have Force of Negation up. This might slow my opponent down a bit. Obviously, we want to draw Cleansing Wildfire in these kind of spots. We just haven't done it. Not yet, at least. Could force this Expedition map. I think I'm just not going to, though. I think that they're just so good at reassembling Tron that if it's not this, it's like feels likely they'll be able to get Tron together and we could just draw Cleansing Wildfire. Awesome. Hell yeah. Feels really good. So we're going to draw step Cleansing Wildfire them. And then we can snap Wildfire next turn. I'm going to restart the client, I think. I thought I clicked on the draw step stop. No indestructible lands. I'm playing Flagstones of Trokair, Oklahoma. Come on, Magic Online. You can do it. You can do it. Maybe you can't do it. Come on, Magic Online. I'm trying to 5-0 here. I drew the Cleansing Wildfire. How could you do this to me? Uh-oh. This would really stink to not be able to finish this game. I think I just need to give it a sec. Get some Magic Online. I'll never say anything bad against you again, please. Damn it. What do I do? What do I do now? What do I do? I'm just going to restart again and hope. I feel like restarting a PC